10, Houston, due to our lock-on side load problem, about a quarter or half of that pass was a little weak at Madrid. If you'd like to, Madrid's still configured. The next time you come around, they'd like some more TV, over.
Okay, we got plenty of time here, and we're just going through reading about the lunar activities. And how soon before we can get high gain lock on?
Stand by. It'll be approximately 10 minutes, 10.
Okay, we'll note that, and let us know as soon as we have high gain locked, and we should be able to get it out the hatch window and my side window.
Roger, and we'll come up with some more angles for you in just a minute. Apollo 10, Houston, if you got your LOI-1, LOI board card out, we can talk about it.
Okay, we got it out, Charlie.
Okay, second line down after manual repress attempt, your first cue, propellant press less than 160. And you got the second cue listed as PC less than 80. That's a soft number. We don't think on the basis of SIMS and systems data that you'll see a PC down that low with the propellant press down at 160. It has to drop below that before we get down to 80. Just think about it, and it's a soft number, and we can discuss it later on what we want, whether we want to scratch that or not. The only other comment on the card was down at next to the bottom was a mode 1 and 2 only. On the SPS injector valve close after commanded on. Your second cue again is PC less than 80. If you'll recall the evasive burn, we were getting a PC of about 95 or thereabout. So that's really soft on that one. We suggest that we eliminate that cue and that we replace it with a statement that says close the bank that indicates open, and if you're still burning, it's a apparent instrumentation failure. If the engine shuts down, then you're in abort mode anyway, and you'd continue with the LOI-1, mode 1 abort at the proper time using one bank. Over.
Okay, let me write that down and we'll go over it here. Charlie, I'm just looking through our rendezvous procedures here, and I just wondering if those guys have any second thoughts about some of those procedures. You know, we can change it now, but in a couple of days we won't be able to.
Roger, stand by.
Charlie, I'm just kidding. Oh, changes.
Okay. We really did go through them. We took the backup set last night, and from cover to cover, and everybody's happy as a clam with all the procedures now. Finally, we're even satisfied with your marking schedule. Say again, Tom.
I told Tyndall not to have any more data priority meetings.
He is locked out of the MOCA right now. We refuse to let him in. Back to the LOI board card. My first statement after the manual repress attempt with the propellant press less than 160. We think we should substitute as the second cue instead of the PC less than 80. There, that if you can confirm a drop in PC, then that's enough to indicate a true propellant pressure drop, and it would be enough to shut down on. Over. 10, Houston, would you select Omni Charlie for us? 10, Houston, have you got any thoughts on the updates to your abort, LOI-1 abort card, or do you want to think about it some?
Let us think about it for a minute, Charlie. Based upon that PC we saw with the single bank, I guess maybe you got a point.
Right. Roger. We'll be standing by any time on this. We'll have you some high gain angles momentarily for your next pass around.
Okay. Hey Charlie, I bet the Fido has an LOI pad for us, doesn't he, right now?
Say again, 10, I cut you out.
I said I was betting the Fido has an LOI 1 pad for us right now.
He's working on it. We got some, Fido says he's got you, the S4B about 3,970 miles away.
Well, that must be it then that I saw, because it's really reflecting and tumbling out there.
Right.
If you can see that far, but there's something out there. Is there any way you could give us a vector to it? We could put it into auto optics and let it go look for it.
Stand by. We got a yaw of 270 and a pitch of plus 30 for the high gain at 2.4 for the lock on, over.
Okay, we'll be with you.
This is Apollo Control at 47 hours 23 minutes. The Manned Spaceflight Network expects to be able to feed that television signal from Madrid to Houston in approximately 12 hours. There is a 12-hour reservation time for Intelsat 3, the communications satellite through which the signal will have to be fed. The misfin...
we should be locked on narrow now on the high beam, high gain.
Roger, and our signal strength looks great, Tim.
Okay, you should be having some here pretty quick.
Roger.
Madrid is receiving TV again now.
Ten Houston, Madrid has a good TV picture.
Okay.
The picture is being received in black and white in Madrid. It will be converted to color here in Houston. The Manned Spaceflight Network says it will attempt to get this signal back here as soon as possible, but they estimate it will be approximately 12 hours.
At 10 Houston, the picture's still looking great at Madrid.
Charlie, the Suez Canal appears now to be going into darkness. We're looking at most all of Africa, the Mediterranean Sea, Spain, Portugal are in view. So the folks down in that part of the area ought to be getting a good picture of themselves right now.
All right. I think they can broadcast that stuff out. I was just going to say, I think they can broadcast that stuff out in black and white live. For the color, it has to come over here, be converted, and then transmitted back in a color for the people over in that area. But probably seeing it in black and white.
Well, it's a beautiful sight. All of Africa is brown again, of course, and the waters are very, very blue.
Can you differentiate between the...
Looks like it...
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Charlie, picture just went up beyond the corner of our window now, so it looks like that's about it for right now.
Roger.
And what do you want me to differentiate between?
I was just going to ask you, looking at Africa...
What was your question now?
Okay, looking at Africa, could you tell the difference between the Congo and the tropical forest and the mountains around Morocco and all the Atlas Mountains and up around the Mediterranean, or is it all sort of the same brownish color?
No, once you get to the tropical rainforest, it changes colors. You can definitely see the Sahara and the Atlas Mountains. When you go south of the rainforest, it's not as green as you would expect, but it gets a less red and more of merely a purplish green tinge there, Charlie.
Roger.
You don't see the bright green rainforest. You'd think you might, but it's a shade. It's a contrast that you notice.
Right. Yesterday when we was looking at South America live here, you could see the above the timberline in the Andes Mountains just very distinctly a brownish color, and in the Amazon basin and in the jungles around it, it was a sort of a deep bluish, darker than the ocean by a considerable factor, but it was more of a bluish tinge down here.
Right, it's a purplish bluish tinge that we can see. Again, a lot of it has to do with the amount of haze and cloud cover on it.
Right.
Charlie, it sounds to me like you're seeing it pretty much as we are.
It was really a spectacular color, Tin. We're really, everybody's really pleased and happy with the quality. All the networks and all are just ecstatic over it, as we are here in the room. It's you guys have really been putting on a great show for us, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, it ain't a show. We just want to show you what we can see from out here. Not many people get a chance to get this far, and it really is a pretty exciting view.
Yeah, we also just wanted to thank all the people that helped make it possible for us to get here too, Charlie.
Right, we're passing it on, Tom, to the networks. This afternoon when we got the scheduled TV, we'd like you to do the water bag trick, the food separator stuff, and let's see how that'll look. We might be able to pick up something on the live TV. Over.
We'll show you a new law in physics, how the bubbles go to the bottom.
Okay. That's what we'd like.
Forgot to tell you, Charlie, I got your picture walking to work this morning.
Oh, great. Walking to work?
Yeah, how come you were late? Charlie, it looks like Spain is mostly open today. I'm looking at it through the sextant. It really looks, that's beautiful.
Roger, can you differentiate the...
Barcelona.
Excuse me, I was just going to ask you if you could differentiate the cities. Tell us about what you can see.
Well, all you can make out of it looks just like a map, a small map. And, well, you can see, for example, the Pyrenees, and you can see there may be cloud cover down along the coast there, down along the Mediterranean coast. You can see